Michael, it's the end of an era in many respects with 5 players set to depart the club. How important is it to give them that farewell tomorrow evening?
Yeah, firstly, it's a time for the fans to show their appreciation to 5 players that have given fantastic service to the club. Each of them individually, which obviously we'll go through now, have played a significant part in the journey of this club over the last 5 to 7 years, and obviously one in Alan a lot more than that over 2 spells. So it's sad in this time of the year when players are moving on, but I think these 5 players in particular have made fantastic contributions to our football club.
You look at a player like Alfredo, who's been at the club for 6 years, all-time European record goal scorer. How would you sum up his contribution?
Well, I think for the outlay the club originally paid for a striker that was coming in as an unknown, he's the one player that we inherited in 2018. Everybody else has come after that. His contribution's been enormous to the club. His goals, his personality, his character. He's very different to the persona the media would push around here. He's the joker. He's always high in energy and high in personality. Some of the goals he's scored, he'll have a highlight reel for the ages, and I think when people look back at his Rangers career, they'll look back very fondly on Alfredo, and I know that he's one that the fans will miss dearly.
And Alan McGregor's also set to depart. He's a Hall of Famer, he's a club legend in the truest sense as well.
Yeah, he's had an unbelievable career, an academy player that's come through, took the first team shirt in his mid-20s and has not looked back. He's won everything there is to win. He's played in European finals for the club. He's represented his country. Alan will rightly be known as one of the greatest goalkeepers to play for our club, one of the greatest goalkeepers in Scottish football history, and Alan will leave us this summer with a lot of pride and a lot of fantastic moments in his career, and we'll sorely miss him around the building and around Ibrox as well.
Scott Arfield as well, someone whose goal contributions have played a huge part over the years, and someone who's been a big influence not only on the pitch but off the pitch as well.
Unbelievable person, very unique in all my years in football to come across someone like Scott with his energy, his personality, what he gives his teammates. Obviously a hugely famous celebration that we will hopefully see one more time in a Rangers shirt would be fantastic. That decision really pulls on the heartstrings. It took a lot of conversation on both sides about what's right for Scott, what's right for Rangers, and we got there in the end very amicably. He was fantastic through that whole process. He again is a man that will be sorely missed around the building, around Ibrox. Again, another one that the fans adore.
Yeah, and we'll also be waving farewell to Ryan Kent, a player who certainly brought Ibrox to its feet, and he played his part in those memorable European nights as well.
Yeah, I think with Ryan came in again as a bit of an unknown. He'd had a lot of loans. He was a young player that I knew from Liverpool, and we brought him in and thought he could be exciting and take people on, and he plays with real energy for the team. He's got moments of magic, but I think the big thing with Ryan is he plays for the team physically. He works very hard for the team in every game. He's had some outstanding moments in big games, both domestically, certainly in Old Firm games. He's scored some memorable goals and had some memorable performances, but again in Europe he's really helped take our club back into Europe, if you like, and become a strong team in European competition. Again, he's at 26. I think Ryan needs this opportunity now to go and play somewhere else and find that motivation and the energy again, and we wish him really well. It's obviously a boy I've known for over 10 years as well.
And Phil Hillander, injuries have unfortunately cut his time short on the pitch, but at his best, a quality defender and someone who played a crucial role in 55 as well.
When Phil Hillander arrived, he was a big signing for us coming out of Serie A and Swedish national team player, and we were delighted to get him. He came in and he formed a formidable partnership with Connor Goldson that was the bedrock of that championship winning team, invincible team. He's going to end his time with Rangers with an incredible record in terms of games per wins and losses. Probably one of the most unique records of any player in all time. The last couple of years have been bitterly disappointing for Phil and his young family. He has twins now. I shouldn't say he has 2 twins. He has twins now, and him and his family have really enjoyed their stay in Glasgow, and it's sad to see him leave. He's at a stage now where we'll begin rehab, and we really wish Phil well in the future.
One player who's also out of contract, and he's certainly made his market still up, Stephen Davis. Can you shed some light on his situation going forward?
Yeah, well, obviously Stephen's in the middle really of a long-term rehabilitation from the ACL injury in December. It's important that we allow Stephen to get back to full fitness, and at that stage of full fitness, a decision will be made on what Stephen wants to do in terms of playing or going into a role off the pitch, and we want to keep our options open there, and so does Stephen, so that's one that we'll update on as we go.
Yeah, and just lastly, how important is it now to look forward as a squad, and we know planning's already underway for the summer as well?
Yeah, well, the first thing I would like to conclude on that is those players have been fantastic on and off the pitch for this football club. It's right that we recognise that. I think it's the right moment for the club, and albeit tough decisions to move in a new direction with some players coming in just like those guys did in 2018 or before that, and brought real energy, real quality and class, but also lots of motivation. So albeit it is a sad time right now, but you're simultaneous to that, you're meeting players who are coming in and they've got that real energy and excitement to come into Rangers and make a significant difference. So these times of year are always difficult, but this summer in particular with the boys that are leaving. But as we look to the future, I'm hugely optimistic about the future of Rangers Football Club, because I know the calibre of player that we're trying to recruit this summer.